If you haven't been living under a rock, you've probably seen kids on TikTok carrying these fat wads of cash and making tons of money from this thing called reselling. And if you clicked on this video, you probably want to start reselling, but you have no idea where to sell these replica products because you don't know what sells best where, what sells the easiest, what's the hardest, and what's going to make you the most amount of money at the end. In this video, I'm going to be covering my 5 best reselling sites that we're going to scale you to over $10,000 a month. Also, make sure you stick around till the very end because the last marketplace you've probably never even heard of. And it's also the one that makes me the most amount of money. All right, at number 5, we have Depop. Depop is really great for a few reasons. However, there are a few parts of Depop that can be really bad and annoying as a reseller. And one thing I really like about Depop is you can really build on yourself and generate a large amount of following and really grow your sales super easily and exponentially throughout time. Whereas on other sites, it's kind of consistent because there isn't really a follower system on Depop. Also, one feature that you guys need to know about on Depop is the boosting feature. The boosting feature unlocks 1 month after you start using Depop, so don't worry about it if you don't have it immediately, but 1 month you can start getting exponential sales from this boosting feature, which essentially just makes you pay 8% more to show your content and your photos to a lot more people. And you only pay if you get the sale through the boosting feature. So a lot of your sales are still going to be through the normal mode, if that makes sense. But this kind of segues into what I really don't like about Depop. And the biggest problem with Depop is that they just take so much of your money, especially if you're boosting all of your postings. They can take around 20% of what you make. So if you're selling a $200 spider hoodie, you automatically lose $40, which is really annoying. Also, it is quite easy to get banned on Depop, and it's really hard to get unbanned. Make sure you guys are subscribed because when I post my full Depop guide, you guys are going to want to be sure to see it because it's going to include everything you need to know about how not to get banned and how to get unbanned. Anyways, I have seen some pretty crazy numbers on Depop. One time I made around $10,000 in 1 month just off Depop alone. That means I was listing a ton of things, I was boosting a ton of things, and really pushing my Depop. But then again, you have to cover product costs and you have to cover 20% Depop fees, especially if you're boosting everything. So it's not really $10,000 a month, but I made about $10,000 in revenue. But yeah, once you find some hot products on Depop, you'll be in a pretty nice spot. All right, marketplace number 4. This one is the easiest. It's for beginners. And you probably know it already, it's called Facebook Marketplace. Look, Facebook Marketplace is so easy. It's designed to be easy. It's pretty easy to sell things. People see a ton of what you post, except it's a little annoying because you actually have to go meet up with people and sell it to them in person. And that can just be a little bit of a hassle, especially if you don't have a car or a way to get to them. But Marketplace makes a lot of sense to many beginners and there's not that much complexity to it. There's no optimization of what your postings are. And it's really just a simple way to get started. It's good for, making your first maybe $1,000 before you start scaling and buying a ton of product and getting started on online platforms where you actually have inventory, if that makes sense. And my favorite part about Marketplace is there's actually a way to promote your listings. And by promoting your listings, you can show them to as many people as you want. And especially for products like AirPods, where tons of people want to buy them, you can show them to thousands of people and you can I've sold like 5 AirPods a day, which is about $500 a day at certain times, but it's a lot of work because you have to go meet up with them. And don't send them to your house because that's a little weird. But if you really want to grind, I'd say that you can make the most amount of money off Marketplace if you're willing to buy some promotions and if you're willing to really just push through Marketplace, if that makes sense. And yeah, I've had a $10,000 Marketplace month. I actually haven't counted, but I've sold a lot of stuff through Marketplace. It's really easy. All right, number 3 is Mercari. I don't have too much to say about Mercari other than it's a very solid app. People buy and sell anything off Mercari, and once you start getting your Mercari going, you'll be set. Mercari is one of those platforms where you have to build a decent bit of traction, but the nice part is you actually don't have to go meet up with people, unlike Facebook Marketplace, which can be a bit annoying, but you actually get to send your products out. And it takes a little bit of skill to actually get up there in Mercari, but once you start doing that, you'll start making a lot more money. And I'm not gonna lie, I've actually made a little bit less on Mercari than Facebook Marketplace because it is a little bit harder than Marketplace, not gonna lie, but it's a lot nicer and that's why it's ranked higher. All you gotta do is sell your item, which is not that hard, but you sell your item, print out the label, and send it off and you're good and you've made yourself $100, $200. It's really nice. All right, my second favorite app for reselling is gonna be eBay. eBay takes a little bit of skill, not gonna lie. There's a few things that you're gonna need to know before you start going into eBay. Number one, your postings are gonna get taken down if you don't have a reputation or if you use photos of replica products. So to get started on eBay, all you have to do is you have to post some things that you wanna sell already, not replica products, just low risk items. Maybe you wanna sell a chair or a table, I don't know, but whatever you want to sell it, and then build a little bit of reputation with eBay. The algorithm on eBay knows this, and then you can start reselling these replica products. Because in their system, eBay has these flagged almost as high-risk products, and you pretty much get taken down if you're a new account with these products. So you gotta stay away from them at the beginning, and then you'll be making a lot more money. Also, eBay has an AI that will detect replica products. All you have to do is really just find images online and then use those images rather than your own photos. Also, important for eBay, you have to make sure you don't include replica in the description. Just say, DM me before buying, and then tell people that they are replicas through the description or through the messages, because that is another way that eBay will take your postings down. But once you start catching traction on eBay, it can be an extremely powerful tool because you can sell a ton of product and then you can just ship it out just like Mercari. It's a lot easier. And yeah, I think my best month on eBay was maybe almost $20,000. I don't make that every month because it rises, it ebbs and flows, but it was a pretty crazy month. A lot of selling done on eBay, a lot of printing labels. It was intense. And keep in mind, when I say $20,000, I'm not lying to you, that's not all profit. I have to buy the inventory and I have to pay for shipping and that sort of stuff, and then eBay fees. But then again, it's still a decent chunk of change. And before I tell you guys my favorite reselling platform, if you guys have found this video valuable and you guys want to keep seeing my content, just make sure you subscribe. It'll automatically get put in your feed and you'll get all this free info on how to resell and you'll become a reselling god like me. Also, if you guys don't yet have access to these replica products, you can get access from the link in my bio. All right, and for my favorite and most secret reselling website, it's gonna be Nextdoor. Nextdoor is an app where you can essentially just sell items to your neighbors. You just use the Nextdoor marketplace. Very similar to Facebook Marketplace. Unfortunately, you can't ship out items through Nextdoor, but Nextdoor is pretty much untapped, meaning that literally nobody else is reselling on Nextdoor, and there's a ton of people that wanna buy because all the people that are scrolling on Nextdoor, all those moms and stuff, they see all the products that are listed, but there's not that many people posting products, so there's a ton of people that want to buy your stuff. So yeah, Nextdoor is just really easy, and also all these people are your neighbors, so you're not gonna actually have to go that far to sell to them, if that makes sense. You maybe have to travel like 5 minutes at the most, but realistically, it's gonna be not hard to sell these. And through Nextdoor, it might be a little bit less. I think I made $8,000 in my best month, but it was super easy, super nice. No intense competition. All right, guys, just remember that you are one link away from success, and that's it for today.